Hey, welcome back to the Kia Hyundai channel. My name is Gabby.
I'm Connor.
And if you guys are new here, you may not recognize Connor, but he's been in quite a few of our videos, and mainly EVs.
I guess so,
Why
yeah.
are you always in our EV videos?
EV6, and Pat said he doesn't like the EV.
Yeah,
so.
We're joking. We love EVs here. We love to talk about them. And of course, again, if you are new here, we go live every weekday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and show you a brand new Kia or Hyundai vehicle. Especially EVs, there's so much to talk about. We've done this vehicle a couple times, and this specific vehicle actually belongs to one of our lovely customers and viewers here on YouTube. So if you guys are watching this, hello, here's your car, all cleaned up and ready for you guys to pick up shortly. Again, we go through our steps at the beginning of the video. If you want to get into the walk around, skip to around the 3-minute mark. But I'll start off with our main. This is our ad that's not an ad. So we do these videos for 3 reasons. Number 1, you may own a Kia or Hyundai vehicle. We want to give you all the information that's in your owner's manual, but in a better form, maybe a more entertaining form too. So we give you tips, tricks, and then just general walk around so you get familiar with these vehicles. Number 2, if you are planning on buying a vehicle shortly, we want you to consider Kia or Hyundai and add them to your selection list. We think these vehicles have such great value, such great features. There's just so much to know about them, so we want to throw all that information out to you guys in an easy to understand format. And then number 3, if you guys live in Ontario and want to purchase a Kia or Hyundai, we're a real dealership. Brantford Kia is actually where we're at. Every weekday at 2 p.m. you'll always find us here, but we sell cars, we service cars, and it's not just Kia, we also have Brantford Hyundai and Owen Sound Hyundai. Now with that being said, I'm gonna have Connor grab our camera and show you guys how you can join our next live feed if you do wanna catch us in real time. Jump scare. All right, so what you wanna do is, well, if you're watching this video, you already found our channel, but you can go to our main channel page right over here, and if it's around 2 p.m., you can go to either home or live, and it'll show a video up as upcoming. All you have to do is click on it. It'll then load you into today's video. You may have to watch an ad. It's a PlayStation one though, so we'll allow it. Usually when it's a car ad, we gotta block that. But there we go. I'm just gonna skip the ads, and you'll see on the right side over here, we have our live chat box there. You guys can say hello. You can say any questions you may have, and even just make comments about the vehicle. Now, it's buffering, that's great. Let's get into the car. So this is the 2023 Kia Niro EV. More specifically, this is the limited trim. So this is the top of the line model you can get in the Kia Niro. Now they all share the same battery capacity, the same charge times, the general same styling. Features are gonna be pretty different. So I'll go into some of the basic stuff first, and then I'll show you some of the very, very cool aspects that are in this specific trim. Now, the main purpose of today's video is to highlight the fact that this is the quickest Kia EV to get. So if you're considering a new EV, this might be an option, the EV6 may be an option, maybe even the EV9. But if this suits your needs, you can get them fairly quickly. We get allocation about almost every single month, whether it be a premium, premium plus, or a limited. Now, all you gotta do is contact our dealership, let us know your color choices, your trim choices, and then we can add you to our list for future allocations. Okay, ads over, let's get into the car. I'm gonna turn the lights on really quickly to show you guys what this thing looks like started up. Okay, oh, there we go. So in this specific trim level, you get full LED headlights, and they are super, super sharp. This headlight unit turns into a beautiful amber light when you do have your turn signal or hazards on, which I'll show you in a second as well. Another interesting thing about the Niro is we have a front charge door. So as long as the vehicle is unlocked, you give it a push, and there you go. AC and DC charging. You can tell this vehicle is recently detailed because all the water dropping off. And you also have a charge indicator. So right now this vehicle is fully charged. We got 3 bars of lights here. This is a quick way to just check what your car is doing. Open up your garage, see, you're still on 1 bar. You gotta charge a bit more. Now, speaking of charging, you can do level 1 charging, which is the adapter or the cable that this vehicle comes with. Now that takes, I believe it's 54 hours. So it's not the best way to charge, but you get it with the vehicle, and you may use it if you're going away for a long weekend. Most people get a level 2 charger like what we have over there. So a 240 volt charger, which can charge this vehicle in 6 hours and 5 minutes. There we go. That's correct. And that's at 11 kilowatts. So we'll close this up. And I think I mentioned earlier, but DC charging is available, and that charges in about 45 minutes being the shortest time. All right, moving down here, we have a front collision avoidance sensor. So safety is something that is generally standard on Kia vehicles, and this will pick up the distance of the vehicle ahead of you for your smart cruise control, but also warn you if there's a risk of a collision and also provide emergency braking if it senses that is needed. Great feature to have, something you don't have to think about, but it's always nice to have that extra alert. I'll show you guys under the hood. Now, there's no huge frunk on this vehicle, but we got a little bit of room. This won't blow your minds, but it's a nice place to just keep, I don't know, a shoe. There we go. Yeah, you could put a pair of shoes in there. Even your level 1 cable will fit in here, so if you don't want to keep it in your trunk and use your trunk for more cargo, then there you are. Ooh. I promise that wasn't as loud as it sounds with my mic. Now we'll come off to the side and I'll show you guys the wheels. So these wheels are available on all trim levels of the Kia Niro. This is what you'd be looking at. They're absolutely beautiful and they are air efficient wheels. You want to minimize air resistance with an EV just so you get the best, I wanted to say fuel efficiency, but just efficiency in general. You don't have to worry about fuel anymore. Now we'll come along more to the side and I'll also focus on our mirrors over here. So on all trim levels, you also get this very interesting seat pattern for your turn signal repeaters. That lights up in an amber light. So let me show you. Now I just think it looks really, really good. I know it's just a turn signal repeater, but even cars ahead of you will be able to see it, cars to the side, and then of course cars behind you will get the afterglow. All right, quickly turn that off. We'll come more to the side. You'll see we do have roof rails also built in on this vehicle. That starts on the Premium Plus trim level. And then along the back, not only is this aero blade for styling, but it's also functional. So this will allow air to channel through the vehicle and give you more aerodynamics. That brings your range. Oh, I didn't even talk about range. So all of the Niro EVs are capable of 407 kilometers on a full charge. So interesting. You also get a power liftgate, which is a first-time feature for the Kia Niro EV. Our previous body style did not allow for a power liftgate. Life has been changed. You can also adjust the height just by pulling it to whatever height works for you and pressing and holding this button here until you hear the chime. There we go. So now every time I open this liftgate, it'll open to my height, which is great if you are parking this in a garage with minimal clearance. Now moving into here, you can see we have a really, really good amount of space for a compact vehicle or a crossover vehicle. Underneath the floorboard here, we have more cargo space, but also your tire mobility kit. So this is an inflator kit, not a real spare tire. Tow hooks, and then your sealant. I was about to say fillant. That's not a word. Oh my gosh, guys. I promise I know what I'm talking about. And then on the very left, we have our level 1 cable. So I'll have Connor quickly show that. It is in bubble wrap right now, but this just plugs into a regular household outlet. So I could literally plug this car in to right here and have it charging. This is the 54-hour charge I was talking about earlier, but I don't know, if you're going away to a cottage for a weekend, I can almost guarantee you'll have some sort of outlet like that. Great way to charge your vehicle if you are staying somewhere long. Okay.
Greg asked about trunk size compared to the other Niros.
So it's about the same. For the other Niro EVs, they're not about the same, they are the same. Now, when you're talking about a PHEV or a regular HEV, it's not too much of a difference. You do have a higher floor on the EV, though, just because the battery components that are underneath the vehicle. With these seats over here, your very rear seats, you can fold them down in a 60-40 split. So your 60 and your 40, they go almost completely flat. So I'm just going to demonstrate that for you guys. To fold them, you do have to go to the side door and grab this latch right up here, give it a pull, and then they go into place right there. And then you can see we got lots of room in here. I could easily lie down. I don't think I'll do it for the video, but I could easily lie down and camp in this car if I wanted to. Now, speaking of camping, this vehicle does allow for vehicle to load. Only on the limited trim, I will point that out there. So what vehicle to load is allowing you to charge or plug in other devices and use your vehicle's high traction battery as the power source. So this actually has a couple days worth of power just from the vehicle alone. Whether you want to plug in a TV, a refrigerator, a small refrigerator, I should say, a whole gaming system. You can totally run that from the car, and we've done a video dedicated to vehicle to load. It's a great, great feature, especially if you are someone who likes to camp or experiences frequent power outages. How cool would it be to power just your basic lifestyle things from your vehicle? With that also being said, you can set in the system's main unit, so infotainment unit, how low you want your battery to be able to go to. So if you don't want to dip under 30%, it'll only power the devices until it reaches that point. So you don't have to worry about your car dying. All right, now we'll take a quick look inside. I won't go too in depth on this specific trim level, but I will show you guys some things that are available in the Kia Niro. So your seats are all going to be shaped like this. And not only is this a really interesting and nice looking seat, it's made out of almost 100% recycled materials. So we got recycled plastics in here, recycled fish nets. And I'm not talking about fish nets. Sorry guys. Even in your paint, so I forget the abbreviation for it, but so many recycled materials were going into this vehicle. And I know an EV isn't exactly a zero emission vehicle. There is some work that goes into getting these cars over here and being built, but they're trying to make it as sustainable as possible, which I really, really appreciate. All right, Connor, come on in. All right, so this is going to be generally the same in all trim levels of the Niro EV, aside from a couple buttons like your ventilated seats. You can see our start button's right over here, and since we're indoors, it doesn't matter if we start it up. Just gonna move my seat up a little bit. You can see our shift by wire as our gear shift. So this operates very, very easily. All you gotta do is have your foot on the brake, fully depressed, and then switch it into whatever gear you'd like to go in. Now this specific trim level features a full not 360, oh my gosh, a full camera and then front and rear parking sensors. So as I were to approach an object, that would actually light up in either green, yellow, or red to show me how close I am, and I would get noise feedback from it. So your sensors would go beep, beep, beep. Now, if that's something you don't like, or if you want to put a bike rack or something on your vehicle and not have the sensors go off all the time, you can turn that off, which is great, very, very handy. There we are. Heated seats and ventilated seats are available in the limited trim only. However, you still get heated seats in the very, very entry-level model. Heated steering wheel is another great feature I really appreciate in Canada. And then we have our adjustable cup holders. So they pop in and out. This is great because if you are someone who might work in your vehicle a lot, especially if it's charging, you could put, I don't know, a laptop in there lengthwise. If this is popped in, I think a small laptop would fit there, or a tablet, just whatever devices or supplies you need, and then make this your workspace as you're waiting for charging. Your steering wheel is the same in all trim levels, and I'm just gonna grab the camera from Connor and show you guys some of the controls that are on here. So on the left side, we have some driver assistance controls. This is for our smart cruise control to turn on. Here's where you'll set your speed, plus or minus, and then you can also set your following distance. It'll work all the way up to stop and go traffic. And then just to the right of that, we have our steering assistance, which uses a camera just in front of our rearview mirror. Hi, Connor.
Can you see me there?
Yeah. It was actually kind of scary. And if there's a curve upcoming in the road, or if you're on a long, long drive on the highway, it will provide gentle steering assistance. So if I were to give, I don't know, opposing or just driver feedback myself, it will still respond to me. So if you see a curve, not a curve, if you see a pothole coming up and you want to dodge it, you could still do it. The car won't completely take over. We also have drive modes. So with this button here, I could select between Eco, Normal, and Sport. And you'll see it also changes our theme on our gauge cluster. Really cool. This also, of course, changes the way the vehicle operates. So if I switch into Sport, my acceleration will increase dramatically. And with an EV, you already have instant torque for instant acceleration. It's a lot of fun to drive. But Eco mode's probably what a lot of people are out there looking for if you are getting an EV. Now that will dull your throttle a little bit, but you'll still have lots of power and your vehicle will respond very, very smoothly. What else? The screens. Okay, so we get a beautiful 10¼ inch display here, and we also have a 10¼ inch display for our gauge cluster. This is only on the top trim. You still get this in all the other trim levels, which is really nice. You also get a dedicated EV menu, and this is where you can do things like set your scheduled charge time, even your next departure, and on the limited trim especially, or specifically, you can change your charge transfer for the vehicle to load. So if you wanted to drop to 20% or 70%, it's just the press of a button. Really cool. It also shows you your nearest charger and our current range. So at a full charge right now, I know it's rated for 407 kilometers, but we're at 422. So look at Kia, really nice. And I will say you'll get a little bit better range in the lower trim levels just due to the lack of extra things like the sunroof or the power seats, the ventilated seats. You'll get a little bit more range. Little secret. Okay, under here we have our climate controls, which also switches to your media and navigation settings. So over here, I can go to anything that I could normally do just by pressing the screen here. So a quick shortcut to my map, for example. And there you go. Now we got our map or setup. Now we go to our settings. Switch it back again, and I can adjust my climate. You can also preset this to be whatever you want it to be. So if it makes more sense for you to have climate displayed all the time, you can make that your main setting just by pressing and holding until it pops up this menu. There we go, where I can make it climate. Then you can always change that again later on. The general layout of this vehicle, you have so much space. So if you were looking at the previous body style Niro, you have a lot more room now, both widthwise and lengthwise. And in our back seats, we have much more leg room, which we'll check out right now. Much more. Does that make sense? I don't know. All right. I don't know if your seat's too, oh, no, it's perfect. Okay. So with our seats back into place and my seat further back than how it would normally be if I was driving, let me close this up. You can see knee room wise, I got a lot of space. The backs of the seats are a plastic material, so if you have kids or pets, super easy to wipe down and clean. And we even have a storage pocket made out of the same material, so no leather or no nets, which gives you extra privacy. Built into the backs of the seats, you get USB-Cs for charging, and then we have air vents back here as well. The seats themselves are, again, vegan leather, so recycled materials. And they're quite comfy. I know some leather seats or synthetic leather seats can be really stiff, especially when you first get the vehicle, but these, I like them. And they are heated in the limited trim level, which is really nice. You can turn them on just by pressing right above your window control on your door. Another thing we got in here is our cup holder armrest, just in your middle seat here. And I'm not sure if I mentioned earlier, but all three of these seats, not each three, have car seat anchors. Super family friendly, and headroom wise we got a good amount. Connor, do you want to sit in the vehicle to show what a taller person would look like? I'll come around. Okay.
I wouldn't call myself a tall person, but
taller.
Me.
You're more adult sized than me.
I mean, it's a little tight, but
That's what it'd be like sitting behind you?
It wouldn't be too bad. I would be pretty comfortable for a while.
Yeah.
And the seats are not too bad either.
How are you for headroom?
Oh, I got tons of headroom
hat.
there. And I'm wearing a hat. So, yeah.
Does vegan leather mean that it came from a cow that was vegan? Yes. No, I'm joking. It means it is not made out of any animal products. So no cows, no sheep were harmed. All right. Kevin said, oh, a Porsche 944 convertible. Yes. So, Connor, you know a lot about that car. Someone very close to you owns that car.
My father's vehicle, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a super cool car. We actually did a video of Tim driving it, and we were talking about leasing in the video. So if you guys want more Porsche content, the Kia Hyundai Porsche channel.
There you go.
That's what, rebrand. Okay. All right, I'm gonna see if we missed any questions. Hi, Gabby, Connor. How does the trunk size compare to the older model years? So they're bigger, for sure. And are the seats in the 23 Elantra N-Line Ultimate real leather? My driver's seat is stretched already in just 4 months. I'm sorry to hear about your seat. I would definitely try taking it back to your dealer because that's not something that should happen in 4 months.
Not 4 months.
But off the top of my head, I can't.
I'm not too sure.
If it's synthetic leather or real leather. It also depends where you're from. If it's a Canadian Elantra N-Line, you may. Yeah, N-Line Ultimate. Off the top of my head, I don't know, but I can answer you in the comments once we're done this video. Okay. Hey, Gabby and Paul Walker.
That is a very nice compliment. I appreciate it. Unless you're saying I look like someone that's dead, then that, no good. But.
What's the wait time for the full EV Niro? So that's where it gets a little bit complicated because there's no set wait time. Now, I will say this is absolutely our shortest delivery timeline for our EV vehicles. We do have a premium coming in, so that's the entry level to the Kia Niro EV. And I believe that's coming in about a month to a month and a half. And then we typically get allocation for a bunch of Niros, whether it be PHEV, HEV, or EV, each and every month. So our wait list is not that long. And also depends what color you're looking for. So if you're absolutely set on red, you can only take red, but we just get allocation for gray and white for the next couple months. That could make your wait time a bit longer. But if you are a little bit more flexible, then we could get your car in, I don't know, could be 3 months, 4 months, even quicker if we get lucky and get more allocation. Now for the EV6, once the actual factory orders are finished production, we'll get allocation for those as well too, which will go to our customers on our wait list. And that wait list is very, very long. So we're estimating about 2 years for the EV6. The wait list for this vehicle, much, much, much shorter. What is the MSRP of this car? So this one is priced at $52,995 Canadian, and you also get the $5,000 IZEV rebate if you live in Canada. If you live in provinces like Quebec or British Columbia, you get an additional provincial rebate on top of that.
Perfect. Save the tax.
Yeah. What? Oh, I just answered that question. Oh my gosh. Other than the grayscales, which are the most popular colors? Black, white, and the grays. Oh, but he said grayscales. We have a couple orders in blue for this vehicle. A lot of people seem to like the blue. There's also a green now too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't seen that one.
We haven't gotten it in person yet, but I've seen it at the auto show. It looks really nice. Apple Car Key, this specific trim level does have that. So you can have digital key to touch, which works almost like Apple Pay, and the fact that it's touchless technology. You bring your phone to your door handle, unlocks your car for you, and then you drop your phone in your wireless phone charger to start the car. Dale said, hit the like button. Yes, Dale, hit that like button, guys. It's Friday, and it's finally nice weather. So hopefully that sticks around for next week so we can do our tire repair kit video with the mobility kit. That'll be a lot of fun. Because I get to pop a tire.
Or you're going to actually pop the tire itself?
Yeah. I don't think we have anything with a flat right now, so we got to do it ourselves.
Yeah, true.
I'm not complaining.
Han is wondering the MSRP on this guy.
I answered that. $52,995. For this trim level, it does start lower for the premium trim.
Like that smash button.
Like that smash button. Smash. Okay. How is the width of the trunk compared to the Seltos? Everything is always in cubic feet, but that doesn't help you if your golf clubs will fit.
Very true.
We'll do a golf club video then, because Pat golfs, and I think that'll be a great test. Width-wise, I'd say right now they're pretty close. But the Seltos is getting refreshed, which may add a little bit of changes to the trunk. We'll only see once we finally get our first 2024, and then we can do an actual video on it.
I would say they would fit in. Definitely not, sideways. But if you put them on an angle, they would definitely fit in. But
okay, can we get Pat golfing, but in slow mo? I can try. I don't know if he'll do it, but I'll try. So is the digital key not available for my 2023 Palisade? Depending on what trim level you get, but also depends where you are in the world. They only started rolling them out recently, so right now only the Kia Telluride has it, and the Kia Niro. I'm assuming for 2024 vehicles they'll start bringing them in slowly, usually to the highest trim level, but yeah. Does the model without the wireless charger also have Apple Car Key? No. So typically the digital key to touch or Apple Car Key will only be on our top level trims, which always have a wireless phone charger. Vito said, how's the audio quality? Does it sound better today, guys? Because we've had some issues recently with our mics. And we won't be able to hear it until we're done the video. So I don't know what the audio quality is like right now.
They barely fit in the 24. They do fit in an angle. Yeah, that makes sense. I know Jason, it's kind of hard to judge it because I can fit a pair of golf clubs in my Miata. So But there's also no other room for anything else. So
Everyone's saying sound is great today. Awesome. Thank you. We're back to using our old mics. So I never explained why we didn't have our old mics the past couple days. So Mike from Hyundai, who does our Hyundai videos with us, accidentally took it home with him, and he lives very far away, so we had to use our backup mics, which sounded horrible. But we're back to usual, which is good. Let's see. Any EV questions, guys? Questions about the Niro? Questions about cars? Any update on the Seltos, somebody asked. So we are receiving our first 2024s very, very shortly, I believe in just a couple weeks. So hopefully we'll have some new Seltos content to show you guys. Till then, We got the Niro. Let's see. I'm looking to downsize from a 2011 Sonata, and I can easily put 3 sets of clubs in that thing. Yeah, the Sonatas are huge. I used to drive an Optima, which was the Kia equivalent, and oh my gosh, a lot of things can fit in that trunk. The Porsche has probably got a nice tape deck, something that the Niro doesn't have. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Wait, does he have it still? Or he got an aftermarket stereo, no?
I don't know. My 2000 Miata also had a cassette player. So, yeah.
What is the sound system in the Limited? So you get a hardened sound system in this trim level. Oh my gosh, guys, it sounds amazing. Seeing more Sportage PHEVs in the US, but not mine. I'm so sorry, Dale. I know your time will come shortly. I'm so sorry. You've been so patient too, so.
Wait time for EV6, I think Gabby mentioned, is about 2 years.
Yeah, especially if you're looking at a higher level trim like the GT Line 2. It's pretty tough out there right now. Someone asked, how are you doing? And I think we're doing all right today.
Pretty good. Sun is coming out finally after like 2 and a bit weeks of rain.
Yeah, it's been really not great here. I'm leasing a 2021 Sorento now and looking forward to seeing the 24s. Me too. So we're going to be getting a refresh for the Sorento shortly, and I'm really excited to see what they'll do. I absolutely love the Sorento, so it'll be exciting. Hyundai Ultimate by Rai, how long wait? Which vehicle? I know we have the Ultimate in a couple different, like they use the word Ultimate for quite a few of their specific models, so not too sure. Paul asked, when is the Palisade coming out with a hybrid? And we have no updates on that yet, but I assume at some point they'll have some sort of hybrid powertrain in the Palisade, or maybe a full-size EV like what Kia is doing with the EV9. Fingers crossed, but at this point there's nothing official. Any sneak peek on what cars are being introduced next week? Guys, I wish I had that kind of foresight, but we usually figure out what car we're filming an hour before we film, and sometimes it's fresh off the truck, covered in stickers, covered in dirt, and we are busting our butts getting that car clean. So, to be announced. If you ever see that we have to go live 30 minutes later, that's why. George just asked what's the estimated wait time to get an EV6. So I just answered that a couple minutes ago, but it's around 2 years depending on what trim level you're looking at. Okay, when I ordered a Niro EV, they said delivery time 6 months. I've been waiting 11 months at the moment. The JH said that. Where did you order? I know our customers have been able to get theirs quite speedy, so we got a bunch of them coming in. I guess nobody is interested in selling base models. We love base models here. We sell them all the time. Yeah. So.
Nothing wrong with the base model?
Nothing wrong with it. A good base model, perfect.
Yeah.
Let's see. I think that's probably about it for today's video. If you guys have any questions that we may have missed in the live portion, you can always add it as a comment once this video is posted. I hope you guys have a great weekend and stick around for next week because we're going to be filming such cool mystery cars that we're not even sure of yet, but they're going to be amazing. So we'll see you guys back again on Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, only on the Kia Hyundai channel. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.